Again, hello and welcome to Hatty Waiver Wire Guru. We're getting ready to go into week 4, get into some bye weeks. I'm dressed up nice and fresh, ready to give you guys some good picks. Again, bye weeks. Do not start anybody on the Arizona Cardinals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Carolina Panthers, or the Atlanta Falcons. No player should be started. Do not be the person that starts somebody on a bye week. It makes you look foolish and you get an automatic 0 points. We cannot have that. Okay, let's get into the quarterbacks. Again, this is the format. I'm going to go through people you should pick up, people you should use for spot starters in case of injury or bye week, and people we're watching. These are people I don't recommend that you necessarily pick them up. You can if you have roster space, but just someone that I'm keeping an eye on. Let's get into quarterbacks. Okay, the pickup is Mark Sanchez. He shouldn't be out on your waiver wire, but he is on some. And if he is, you pick him up. I started him last week for one of my leagues. He did a great job. First rookie in history to take his team 3-0, and it shows. He looks poised. He's doing a great job. So Mark Sanchez, he is the quarterback to pick up on your team. Can be a great person to help you in the bye week, for an injury, for spot start type fill. Just a good person to have on your roster. Okay, even if he's sitting on the bench. So Mark Sanchez. Next are your spot starters. Did you lose Boller? Pennington is gone for the season. Tore his shoulder, okay? You got people that might be getting benched. For sure getting benched is Leftwich. Byron Leftwich in Tampa Bay is for sure getting benched. And Brady Quinn got benched during the game, but again, they haven't named their starter. But it's looking like he's going to be benched, okay? So there's a lot of reasons to go out there, or maybe you're in Hasselback or McNabb or in your bye week. A lot of reasons to go out there and start looking at these spot starters. The first spot starter is Josh Johnson. Okay, this guy is going to be the starter for Tampa Bay. He's raw. People don't know about him, but you know they're trying to mix it up down there in Tampa Bay. And if you're desperate, there's your spot starter. I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you're on bye week and you haven't. You know, you lost Pennington, or who knows. You know, Josh Johnson is going to be the pickup there, along with Chad Henn. Okay, this is Henn out of Miami. If you're desperate, go pick up Henn. He doesn't look as good to me, but again, if you're desperate and need a quarterback, Chad Henn's your guy. Okay, the one that looks the strongest for a spot start is Kyle Boller down there in St. Louis. He looks like the best pickup to replace for a spot starter for bye week or injury. Okay, that's Kyle Boller. Next, people I'm watching Derrick Anderson. He's the one that you got to keep an eye on. Once we get news, that Brady Quinn is benched, go pick up Derrick Anderson immediately, okay? He's proven in the past that he can do it and he has the capability. But again, he's my watch because I'm not guaranteed that the coach is going to go with Derrick Anderson. But again, watch list doesn't mean you can't stash him on your bench. All right, let's move on to running backs. Did you lose Westbrook? He should be back after the bye week. Did you lose LT? Did you lose Jamal Lewis? There's lots of people you could have lost that you need running back help at. Here is the pickups. Glenn Coffey. Gore is out next week. Glenn Coffey is going to come in. He's strong enough to be somebody that you can start. Okay, so Glenn Coffey would be somebody I would go pick up, especially for all your Gore owners. And you should have already had him, as I have mentioned him in the past. Okay, next is LeSean McCoy. This kid should not be on your waiver wires, but I have seen him on a lot of waiver wires. I'd go pick him up. He played a great game this last week, and I had started him. I was glad I did. Looking like, Marion Barber might not go. Again, I recorded this before the Monday night game, so I had to pick up somebody real quick and start him. So LeSean McCoy. And going forward, you're going to see a rotation with Westbrook and McCoy. They're going to have a rotation, and eventually, I just don't think Westbrook can last. So McCoy, especially in a dynasty league situation, would be somebody I'll even go and target in some trades. Next is spot starter. If you're maybe without Jamal Lewis, which I would imagine would be back next week, but who knows? Again, he's one of the older backs too as well. Jerome Harrison, he filled in nicely. A lot of people thought it was going to be the James Davis show, but it was Jerome Harrison, and he did a good job even on a tough Baltimore defense. So that would be somebody that could be a spot starter for you. All right, who am I watching? I am watching Justin Forsett. You know that. I'm still watching him. Did not get enough play time to warrant, someone you could start, but it would be someone I would continue to keep an eye on is Justin Forsett. Let's move on to wide receivers. Okay, there's a lot options out there. The first option to pick up is Pierre Garcon. While Anthony Gonzalez is away, Garcon looks very strong, very fast. He's got that wide receiver attitude, you know, when he makes those long catches, he's just like pointing at me, look at me. You know, those guys with attitudes tend to do pretty well. And Pierre Garcon can be somebody, or Garcon is how you say it. Pierre Garcon would be somebody I would pick up, and definitely for bye weeks, he's a great bye week filler. And, you know, he could break out. And next is spot starters. Sidney Rice. Favre is starting to look his way, definitely looked his way last week. He's a spot starter. If, again, bye week or injury, then Sidney Rice is somebody that has the potential, especially a couple years back, he flashed, you know, that he's got that potential to be a good wide receiver, so would be someone I would consider a good spot starter. Next is Mike Wallace. Okay, he's a great spot starter. Roethlisberger is looking his way a lot. He's got a lot of speed. He's getting a lot of targets. He's getting a lot of catches. He's been consistent every week. You know, Mike Wallace would be somebody that I could definitely use for the bye weeks. And finally, who am I watching? I'm watching Andre Caldwell. Everyone thought it was going to be Chris Henry. I thought it was going to be Chris Henry. It's Andre Caldwell. He's the one that's stepping up, that Palmer is looking towards, helped him, you know, win the game there at the end. Amazing win over Pittsburgh. You know, Andre Caldwell is someone I'm keeping an eye on. I need to see that consistency every week before I, you know, recommend him to you guys as somebody that can be used as a spot starter or someone to pick up and start. Okay, finally, let's get into the tight ends. There's not a whole lot, but Vernon Davis, he is the pickup. Vernon Davis is someone I talked about before. He's starting to show the flashes. He had 2 touchdowns. I need to see the consistency before I make him an every week starting tight end, but Vernon Davis could be someone you could definitely pick up and have on your bench for sure. A next spot starter, if you're out with a tight end position, is Alge Crumpler while Bo Skype is away. Keep an eye, when Bo Skype comes back, he's going to be someone I'm going to recommend to pick up. But Alge Crumpler is filling in nicely while Bo Skype is away. So there's your spot starters, Alge Crumpler. And who am I watching? I'm watching Derrick of the Buffalo Bills. Trent Edwards is a dink and dunk quarterback. He just is. That's how he operates. That's why Terrell Owens gets 0 catches. That's why Lee Evans doesn't get much. He just will dump it off to the running back and dump it off to the tight end. That's just what he does. So that any tight end out of Buffalo is going to produce. And Derrick Fine is someone you got to watch. When we see the consistency, he's definitely can be someone that can be considered a spot starter. All right, that's it. If you have questions, email me, hattywaiverwireguru@hattywaiverwireguru.com. I will email you back. Check out the website, hattywaiverwireguru.com. We have weekly rankings for you guys. These are going to show people that are studs, your starters, your sleepers, and your bench. Go there. I've already got it updated for week 4, so go. I try and get on that as fast as possible. It's updated daily. We have injury analysis. We have player analysis by recommendation. You can recommend, hey, can you do analysis on, you know, any player you'd like, and we'll do it for you. So it's pretty neat. It's got a message board there for you. We have articles that are always coming out. So Hatty Waiver Wire Guru is something you're definitely going to want to check out if you haven't already. Good luck to you. Week 4, here we go. Let's keep up the pace. Let's focus on getting to those playoffs and making sure we have a deep bench for these bye weeks. All right.